do today? Time of the month.
You're what's up with me. If I didn't run round after you, nothing would get done. You're useless. You can't even run a bath by yourself without flooding the place.
Yeah, well, I'm sorting it, aren't I?
You don't cook, you don't clean. You can never do the shopping because you're always skint.
Make up for it in other ways, though, don't I?
You don't so much as pick up a pair of pants. Don't think I've got anything better to do with my time than nag you.
And I've got better things to do than be nagged. Look, you want to get over yourself? Well, at least that's what they all think at work.
You've been talking to them about me?
Even Moira thinks you need to unscrew.
Then tell her to come here and say that.
Yeah, I will. See you later.
Don't you dare walk away.
I don't think he heard you, love.
Oh, he heard me all right. Alex, come back in now.
Look, like nothing. You used to be a proper laugh, and now you're just dead boring.
And you are so dumped.
No way, you finishing me.
Just did. Jog on, loser.
Well done. You give him what for, love.
I don't care what Amy says. We should get the police involved. Get an injunction or a court order. Anything to keep her away.
And we will, if that's what Amy wants.
You should have seen the state of her. She's better off without that hard-faced trollop in her life.
Oh, you are?
For once, Eric, this is not about me.
Of course it is. You're well aware that your relationship with Amy is still very fragile, to say the least.
We're getting there. At least we were before Madam stuck her stilettos in.
And all of a sudden you find you have a rival for her affections.
Well, there's not much chance of that. The flaming woman tried to knock her out.
It's perfectly natural to feel threatened. I feel exactly the same way.
You do?
If I could keep Amy from any more heartache, I would. But I think if she gets close to her mum again, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Then we should stop it while we can. Nip it in the bud.
If she wasn't aware of her, I would agree. But things have gone too far. Whatever we may or may not want for her, the choice isn't ours, it's hers. Amy's.
I know you've got important things to discuss, but I thought you might like a little something with your coffees.
I mean, 1 minute you think, well, that's it. I've got this pathetic excuse for a life, but that's OK, I'm dealing with it. And the next minute, somebody tells you something that you've been waiting your whole life to hear.
And that something is?
She loves me. she actually flipping well loves me.
And what about you?
Need a word.
I'm having one of those with Marlon, so bog off.
This won't wait.
You have no idea what he's just told me.
Don't tell him.
Of course I'm not going to. Plus, he's on the payroll, so he kind of comes first.
Go on, it's nothing that can't keep.
Don't be silly, you're in a state.
No, it's, you know, nothing's going to change over the next 5 minutes. Go on. You can hear my confession later.
You heard the man?
Right then, well, you stay away from sharp knives and make yourself a brew. 2 sugars. You're shaking. And by the way, what you just told me, well, it's the best thing I've heard in ages.
You stirred enough. I want you to stop winding Debbie up.
I just happened to mention that, in my opinion, all blokes are lying, cheating sleazers. Don't blame me if she got the right idea.
I know what you're trying to do, Chaz.
You reckon?
Right, so it didn't work out.
Why was that? Oh, yeah, I remember. Because you said that you're in love with a pair of us, but just ended up loving her more.
No reason to ruin Debbie's life as well as your own, is there?
Oh, don't flatter yourself.
It's me you want to get even with, not Debbie.
Because you and her are snuggled underneath the duvet of domestic bliss while sad old spinster me sat here all on my own.
Right, so you hate me. I can deal with that, OK? Batter your pillows, stick a picture of me on the dartboard, whatever. Just leave Debbie out of it.
Oh, see? I told you Laura would come for that drink.
Marlon, sit down for 5 minutes. I'm too busy. Later.
It's just that there's something I forgot to say about the wedding.
Yeah, I think I already know what that might be.
What? What about the wedding?
It's a surprise. Something we've been working on.
Yeah, is that all right?
A secret surprise.
Well, we could discuss it here, but then it wouldn't be
Come
a
with me.
surprise. So, yeah.
She hasn't sent another message.
Just the one.
And you didn't send one back.
Blocked her.
She can't see what I'm doing. She might leave us alone.
And you're happy with that?
You heard the girl.
Get that, please, Valerie. This is a sensitive subject, and there's a very real chance that Amy might tell us things that she thinks we might want to hear.
No, I'm not.
No, she's not.
This is a time when your feelings have to come first. Don't underestimate the shock to the system this whole thing is.
But we're here for you, Pet.
I know it's not the same. When my son came into my life, to be honest, I didn't know what to think. And it was like that for some time.
Yeah, but Amy's already made her mind up, haven't you, Pet?
And she could change her mind 100 times in a few days. Whatever you decide, whether you want to see your mother or you don't.
Why would I? All she's ever been is trouble, and that's all she ever will be.
Well, whatever your decision is, we will respect it. It will not ruin our relationship, will it, Valerie?
No. Not one bit.
No need to worry about us.
Thank you.
Or her.
I still hate her. And I always will. I wish she was dead and buried, then she wouldn't be able to bug us anymore.
After everything I put you through, I've got no right to expect anything.
Laurel,
I'd be furious with me if I were you.
I'm not furious.
You see, I knew I was making a mistake. The morning we renewed our vows, I just wanted to run away. To you.
But you didn't.
The vicar's wife doing a runner on her big day. I just couldn't do that to him.
So you did it to me instead.
And I have spent every day since regretting it, hating myself for being so weak.
You're the strongest woman I know.
And Marlon, you know, I've also been scared, despite everything you said. What if we had got together and it had gone wrong and we ended up hating each other?
Like that would have ever happened.
Yeah, but I'd never thought it was going to happen with me and Ashley, and you probably never thought it was going to happen with you and Donna, but it did. I mean, do you still...
Don't.
You know, Marlon, do you still love me? Because if you don't, I promise I would just go away and I'll leave you alone. I'll go home, probably cry a bit, try and forget the fact that I've totally humiliated myself.
And if I do?
Do you?
I have never stopped loving you. Not for a second.
You look shattered. Do you want me to pick Sarah up?
No, I'm fine. Look. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have had a go.
Still here, aren't I?
Yeah. Even after everything I've put you through. I know.
Listen, for you, for Sarah, for the baby, it's all been worth it.
You sure about that?
I feel it more and more every day. Trust me, any doubts you got, just send me a distant memory.
Yeah. I hope so.
I love you.
Right. Better go, don't want to be late. Sarah's making cupcakes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Karen Murray. Yeah, great. So, yeah, you got my email.
I thought I'd lost you.
I thought you hated me.
As if.
Now you're going to New Zealand.
Talk about bad timing.
I mean, I could write, email, come and visit you.
For 2 whole years.
Yeah, I know I should say that's nothing compared to the rest of my life, but I can't.
Me neither.
everything's changed, hasn't it? The minute you said you loved me.
And I do. I love you so much. Oh, it's just... Oh! I mean... Hi.
I don't want you to go to New Zealand. How can I ask you to stay?